Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So we kind of have a series which is called The Problem With, where we go over issues in the game regarding heroes, game modes, and other stuff to do with Overwatch. We tend to go over said issues and then talk about how to solve them, basically touching our bases and seeing both sides of an argument, instead of just going, for example, Symmetra is worst hero in game, okay bye. So far in this series we've spoken about support heroes, defense heroes and Symmetra, but one hero at the moment is having a minor crisis in the competitive scene. A hero we never really expected to see here. So guys, what the hell is going on with Mercy?
To begin with, we need to look at the meta reports from Planet Overwatch, who we love, honestly. Nobody conveys this information like they do, so go support them and tell them how much we love them. Details can be found in the description below. Anyway, along with the meta reports they also have this graph of hero pick rates, with percentage of pick rates on the y-axis and weeks on the x-axis. Now this is for competitive or esports level, just so you know. So for example, across all game modes, Reinhardt has gone from 70% of all match time to usage of about 40%. Let's clear up the graph and just have supports then. Well, you can see how high Lucio and Mercy consistently are. Lucio even went through a stage of being played 140% of the time. This is because of stacking heroes, by the way, and you can also see here that Mercy took a dip. But look at the rise of Zenyatta from literally 0% played to 94% of the time. And Mercy fell from 88% to 8. But Miska, I hear you say, plenty of heroes dip in and out of the meta, so why are you surprised that Mercy has taken a big hit? Well, it's all about her history and how the pro teams used to love her and that resurrection.
Mercy single-handedly has been the best hero in this game for quite some time. For those in the closed beta, do you remember that she had a 40-yard radius on her res, basically meaning that she could bring people back from her own spawn? It was pretty crazy. And like McCree, she's another hero that's had a lot of changes over time. Her ultimate radius has been greatly reduced, she can fly to recently dead souls on the ground, and now recently she doesn't completely stop when she ults. Even through all of these changes, she has always been a stable part of the meta. Simply put, the ability to bring back a lot of members of her team after losing a fight, especially one where ultimates were used on the enemy team, was too good not to have in your team. It was an emergency backup button in case stuff didn't go as planned, and more often than not it can turn the tides of battle. So that raises the question, if she really is that integral to an esports team's composition, then why has she been washed away from the meta completely?
At this point in time, we rarely see Mercy in the esports scene at all. Since Zenyatta was buffed, he has completely overtaken Mercy's position, and even the new hero, Ana, who has so much potential with her toolkit, still has too much competition in terms of being a reliable support. We expected Zen to come back in a big way, but thought Lucy might bear the brunt of being played less altogether. But we didn't expect that Mercy and Zenyatta would switch positions entirely in the meta, especially when defending on maps and also in control. But this isn't just about Zenyatta getting buffed to the point where you'd be stupid to not run him. There are several other things coming together at once to completely shatter Mercy and her viability in the pro scene.
So what else destroyed Mercy this patch? Well, there was a bit of a nerf to Mercy which upped her ultimate cost by 30%, and it can be really easy to just look at that and go, yep, that's the reason why. But honestly, I think most pros kinda looked past it. Most people were expecting a nerf like this to come along anyway, and when it did, people were still relatively happy with how long it took to charge the ult. It's fairly similar to McCree. His fall off on his weapon was buffed and then nerfed again, and the nerf obviously didn't help his case, but players still stuck to playing him even when he was slightly nerfed because he was still a viable and strong option. 3 other major things happened to do with heroes placed in the meta: Zenyatta's Discord, the rise of Genji, and the lack of Pharah. With Zenyatta's Discording ability, we've seen more Genji. We may bring this up in another video as a lot of people are asking to see Genji nerf, and that crowd of people is getting pretty loud right now. It basically works by Zenyatta putting a target on an important enemy's back, and then Genji just goes and kills it. A lot of the time this will be Mercy. She doesn't have a lot of health, and when discarded she will eat the dirt pretty quickly. And Mercy also always needs a reliable escape option, and that's where part 3 comes in with Pharah. Pharah was always a good way to get up in the air for Mercy, and also to latch onto and do reliable damage boost and healing with. With Zen, it also paints a big target on Pharah's back, and McCree could just take her out of the air with ease, and in turn out of the game. Mercy just doesn't have that reliable way to get into the air, so she's an on the ground, easily weakened hero with a Zenyatta discarding you, and then Tracers and Genji's chasing you down. I mean, what else can you do?
It's another one of those issues where you can't really just buff Mercy. She's still such a super strong hero overall, and she's very reliable too, especially in ranked and quick play as well, and if you want to play her still, then by all means do so. She's also been affected by stopwatch more specifically actually, where the team that completes the objective the fastest wins that round. If a Mercy dies on defense quickly without getting her res off, which happens quite often actually, then it's just a waste of time to even have her on the team in the first place, and the opportunity really gives the enemy team a strong advantage in a team fight. Zenyatta isn't much stronger, but in the right hands can put a lot of pressure on problematic targets like Genji. This is something you can do right from the get-go, but Mercy, if she dies before the rest, it's all over. Anyway, it's just at the high esports level that Mercy has really dropped off this much, even as much as Symmetra did. It's a really interesting situation that Mercy has gotten into that nobody really saw coming. All of these changes manipulated and changed the meta to a point where Mercy just wasn't as viable anymore.
And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know what you think of Mercy at the moment. Have you stopped playing her completely? Is she just not good enough? Is Zenyatta just better? Or are you still going to be playing Mercy? Do let us know in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and we'll see you then.